CASA programs across Oregon are at a critical crossroads after losing $1.7 million in federal funding. The money was cut from the federal budget passed on March 14th. NBC 16's Tiffany Lewis sat down with CASA of Lane County to learn about how the cuts could impact hundreds of local foster children.
CASA of Lane County is a lifeline for vulnerable children in foster care, serving around 1,000 kids each year. Now, funding issues are threatening the impactful work of court-appointed special advocates who work to represent a child's best interests and facilitate healing.
The little things behind the scenes that are happening, that the CASAs are doing, that are giving these kids identity and self-worth and a sense of belonging.
CASA programs across Oregon rely heavily on funding from the Federal Victims of Crime Act, which supports child advocacy centers and victim services. That funding has been waning for years. Earlier this month, Congress eliminated $30 million in community project funding, which was meant to make up for those dwindling funds for programs across the country. CASA Lane County lost out on $1.7 million.
All of our partners do a good job and the best job that they can, and I also know that case loads can be high.
Each CASA staff member supports about 30 volunteers, and each volunteer advocates for one child or sibling group. The nonprofit says the loss of just one staff member will take away representation for approximately 60 children in the foster care system, forcing many to join a wait list.
Well, not having someone in your corner that's looking out for you and you alone would be a huge loss. We have one family to worry about. Caseworkers have multiple families. There's just a difference when you have one person looking at a family as opposed to a caseworker with multiple cases with competing needs. I don't have competing needs. I can just focus on that child and build a relationship. I don't want to see a world without CASA. These kids need to have somebody in their corner.
Two bipartisan bills before the Oregon State Legislature could restore funding for CASA, House Bill 5002 and 3196. HB 5002 covers Governor Kotek's recommended budget and includes a general allocation for CASA programs. HB 3196 offers a long-term solution to stabilize funding for CASA and other programs that lost Victims of Crime Act funds. Both bills will help CASA programs reach the $10 million threshold that Oregon committed to meeting back in 2006. But opponents of HB 3196 argue Oregon taxpayer money should not be used to backfill those federal funding gaps unless absolutely necessary.
A child that's left on the wait list doesn't have that person that's overseeing and really looking at all aspects of their life to ensure that the resources that they need are being provided for them in an effective and a time-sensitive manner, and also just to step in when maybe a decision's being made that might not be in their best interest. And so our advocacy is really critical for the well-being of children.
In Lane County, I'm Tiffany Lewis reporting.
Now, to be clear, CASA's funding shortfall is not related to the DOJ cutbacks. CASA says its volunteers go through 40 hours of training before serving as a special advocate. You can visit casa-lane.org for more information.